timeless on everything. The life you choosing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weapon, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put a hold on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So what's the lie to a child of God? Standing toe to toe, no hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want my to hide. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is after you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have cut me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as they is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. So speed like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you wanna get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams, doing that I would chase them.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose my. Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Hey y'all, good afternoon. BFam1096.com. How are y'all doing? Facebook, welcome back, YouTube viewers. This is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I am your host, Tara. Did I say that right? Yes. I am your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. Y'all can absolutely tell I am not AI. I mess up way too often. We're here live every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Y'all, if you have not already, help me out, please. Help me out. Head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live or upload a new video. I would love to have new followers, y'all. Let's take these numbers up, okay? So tell a friend to tell a friend. We're here every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central to encourage you, to motivate you, to inspire you. Here we believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard, y'all. So thank you for tuning in today. Do me a favor and let me know, where are you tuning in from? It's over 300,000 of y'all that tune in weekly now. So let me know where you're tuning in from. You can put it in the chat box. You can put it in the comments. I love hearing from you. And so just let me know, how are you doing, y'all? How are you doing? I have a crick in my neck, like in the back, and I really don't know what the hell it's about, but it hurts. So I'm working on that. Other than that, I'm tired, and I'm probably just tired because it's hot. Okay. I'm tired because it's hot. And I'm good. You know why? Let me know, like, how was your weekend? I do want to know, how was your weekend and how are you doing? Right. My weekend was good. My last week was good, actually, because I have my sons with me and I always enjoy the time I get to spend with them. I enjoy seeing them do things together. And I enjoy like making them laugh and smile and hearing their personalities come out. So how was your weekend and how are you doing? And tell me where you're tuning in from as well. Okay. Also, I wanted to shout out to Miss Ray. I'm gonna call, I think her name is Ray Sunshine, or that's what I said I was going to call her, Ray Sunshine. She's a ray of sunshine. From church. She said she tunes in to my podcast, which this is a radio show, but everybody calls it a podcast. So she tunes into my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for your encouragement and your kind words. I truly do appreciate it. More than anything, I appreciate that you guys tune into the show and it's actually changing your lives and impacting you in a positive manner. Hi, Sheila. She said, took the boys to the lake this weekend. We all look like lobsters. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, protect the skin. Protect your skin, but I'm glad you all had fun. We did not go near water this weekend, I don't think. No, we didn't. But we'll be going to the park, I think, in the morning to walk around think it's a lake out there. So I'm glad you guys got out, Sheila, and glad you're here today as well. Um, and you had a good weekend as well. So, guys, our affirmations for the week are I am, I have, I will. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that you guys have your Bibles with you. I know I have been forgetting to say that. I hope you have your Bibles, your notebook, your favorite drink right now. If it's too hot, I hope you have something amazing that's cold to drink. And you're ready for the show and to take notes. She said, "You look amazing, by the way. You got that happy face on." Thank you, Sheila. I am happy for multiple reasons. I am happy for multiple reasons. One of them being that I do believe that life has shifted. You know, if you've been here with me for almost 2 years now, you know that I have been in a place in life. I've been in a season of life that was very harsh, I would say, and really down and low. I would say low vibrational if we're going to talk about that. But it was just a tough 2 years. I've been in a tough 2 years, and over the last week, I finally felt like a spark. Like there's a movie called Introducing Dorothy Dandridge, and at the beginning of the movie, I think she mentions, you know, have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself? Have you ever caught sight of you? And last week, that was something that took place in my life. I caught a glimpse of me, of who I'm becoming. I caught a glimpse of me on the other side of battling depression, a glimpse of me on the other side of battling all the things I don't have at this time in life. Okay. And weight gain, y'all, too. Like, this is a show about me. It's Tea Time with Tara. Hello, y'all. My name's Tara Williams. This is my business, and I hope that it encourages your life and changes your life. But I've been looking at myself in terms of my weight and weight gain and bad habits developed over the last 2 years of life because of the season that I was in and how I coped and got through it. And so last week, I caught a glimpse of myself in the future reference. I felt more like myself than I ever have in the last 2 years. And so I am riding that wave. Very excited about that. And I'm maximizing on it as well. While I feel this great, and thank you, while I look this great, I'm doing my best to treat me the best that I can, and to treat my business and my gifts the best that I can as well. It's very important, y'all, that we be a good steward over who we are. And so the last 2 years, that season of life, I felt was out of my control in terms of all of the sadness that I felt and everything. And so hopefully going forward, hopefully those tears are turning into tears of joy, and not so much tears of sorrow and emotional pain. I did feel months ago that God was getting rid of the residue of pain from several years. And so I'm happy to have this happy face, and I'm happy to have this glow up from the inside out, because again, it was 2 years of a sad season of life, and a lot of work put in, Sheila, right in front of you guys, right in front of you all. So thank you for that. Our affirmations, y'all, I'm gonna run through them. Are my ring is hurting. Our affirmations are I am, I have, and I will. And so I am doing the work necessary for the results I desire, kind of like I just shared. I have a God-given purpose to use for his glory. Another thing I kind of just was sharing that. Like, I'm sharing with you my transparency because I want you all to know that you can rise above anything, no matter how long the season is. I'm not out of this 2-year thing, but I'm coming out of it. And sometimes when we get a glimpse of the light, you know, you have to run towards that thing. And I'm running towards it right now. So I have a God-given purpose to use for his glory, and I use it every day. Every day. And I will succeed and be wealthy, happy, and healthy. Because again, we're doing the work. God will bless the work that we're doing in his time, but we keep working. Today will be a fun day. I didn't even know they said that. So today will be a fun day. And so far it has been. So I hope that you guys are tuning in, having fun. I hope you got a laugh at me, even from messing up at the very beginning to now. Today does feel like a fun day. And I hope that me expressing that, you know, with you in this time, that it feels fun for you as well. Because Laughter is the key to life. Okay. And we know laughter is the best medicine. And so laugh a little bit more. Now I'm gonna go right into our food for thought quotes. But if you all haven't, y'all take those affirmations that you write, take them with you, carry them with you, look at them daily or weekly or whatever it is to encourage yourself through your week. Y'all, each day needs grace. Each day needs mercy. And so take those things. Each day needs encouragement and inspiration as well. Take it with you. Okay. Our food for thought quotes, like the others, have come from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is not a plug or a partnership or sponsorship. This is just a book I think that everybody should read at least once in their life, once a year if you're able. And so that's where our food for thought quotes are coming from. This one says, psychologists have correctly said that when one is ready truly for anything, truly for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna read that again because that caught me off guard before when I read it. It says psychologists have correctly said that when one is ready truly for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Right. And so some people will say, sometimes they feel we're out of alignment with things or we're in alignment with things. I don't necessarily disagree with those things because I've actually had someone on the show as a guest to talk about being out of alignment, right? And everything she shared was really good for us to consider and take heed to as well, right? But I am someone who believes that we're never out of alignment. Now, you can be connected to things that don't align with you, okay? And I think that's what she was sharing. You can be connected to things that don't align with you. And also, there's a time and a place for things as well. When I say you're not out of alignment, I mean that even when you make bad mistakes, God can use it for your good, right? So, although you may find yourself outside of alignment, God can still use that for your good. Use it as a tool and a necessary tool at that, right? And so when one is ready truly for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Oftentimes we're sitting, waiting. When is it going to be my time? I'm in that position right now, y'all. God changed my life last year from me being a life coach to what now? To a show host, to an author, to a leadership speaker, all these different things. He didn't take away who I am. He took away a title I took on, right? And so now it's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do now? Which way am I supposed to go now? And so to believe that when one is ready truly for a thing, it puts in its appearance. I know that you hear often people say, do the work, do the work, do the work, and one day the work will pay off. Well, even if that is relationally, and I'm going to say that because everybody relationally is looking for something, okay? Whether it's casual, whether it's long-term, whatever it is, you're looking for someone to line up with you. And oftentimes there's work in the background that has to be done for that to take place. Oftentimes we also have a lifestyle we desire to live that we have not walked out, right? And so you have to really prepare for that, because even if you get a glimpse of it, when you're not ready, it's going to pass you by. And then you may give up hope and think that you lost your chance, you lost your moment. And there are many people that go throughout life thinking that I lost my opportunity rather than getting ready for the next one that comes, right? And so when one is truly ready for a thing, that means you have to prepare. That means you have to, and I don't mean prepare like fake prepare. I mean prepare like truly do the work to become the person you want to be. So the way that God has taken me, the word for the year this year, y'all, I haven't mentioned it a lot at all, but the word for the year 2026, I believe, is transformation, right? And so in transforming, you literally have to die to who you were and rise up as who you are. Okay. And so in that's kind of like the dynamic of the caterpillar going to the butterfly. You really have to give up the old you. There has to be a death. There has to be a mourning, right? You have to separate yourself from who you used to be or who you used to be around or what you used to do, and pick up the new you, right? And the funny thing is that as I'm saying that, I'm thinking about church, and people saying that, like one of the pastors just said yesterday, one of the ministers just said yesterday, that basically he took off the old man and he put on a new man. Like in Christ, you become a new creature, right? And so sometimes when that's talked about in church, it can be something that is easy to reject. Okay. And I say easy to reject because we have people who are holy, holy, saved, sanctified, and religious, and holier than thou, and not on the real side of it where this transformation takes place over time and it hurts. And, yes, God can change your life in an instant, but that process wasn't instant. Okay. That process might have been years of struggling. It might have been years of pain. It might have been years of heartache. It might have been years of breaking. Right. And so truly getting ready for something means you also have to accept the fact that change has to take place within you before it can take place around you on the outside of you. Okay. That's the truism of that change. Okay. So again, that food for thought quote is psychologists have correctly said that when one is ready truly for a thing, it puts in its appearance, y'all. So do the work, do the real work, do the behind the scenes work, and be willing to be broken and be willing to rebuild. Okay. And be represented to yourself, like Pastor Michael Todd is represent, right? I think that's his thing, represent. Pastor Michael Todd. It's not my thing, don't sue me. Okay. But I like it, right? God represents us to ourselves sometimes. And so do the work so that you can have a happy glow. Do the work so that when you figure out that you became a new person, you won't even remember that it happened. You'll just realize it one day. Like, I don't even do what I used to do anymore. Okay. Because you did it over time. So just do the work and be kind to yourself in that aspect. Okay. So our devotional for today, I am getting a little stuffy too, you guys. So if you hear it in my voice or my breaths that I'm taking, please excuse me because I'm just getting a little stuffy. But our devotion for today comes from Romans chapter 18, titled The Weak and the Strong. And I don't know what you're drinking today, but I am drinking apple soda. Apple soda. And so if you're somebody who maybe is trying to get away from alcohol, or maybe you didn't want no tea today, like I had my hot tea a couple hours ago and I just wanted something cool, so I am drinking a cool apple soda. This is not a plug or a sponsorship, but it could be one day, However, it is something that I use as a replacement for alcohol as well. Okay, I like it because it's delicious, but also if you're trying to get away from, you have to replace bad things with better things, good things, non-alcoholic beverage, apple soda. Tastes really good. Okay. So let's go to Romans chapter 14, y'all. The weak and the strong. It says, accept him whose faith is weak without passing judgment on disputable matters. One man's faith allows him to eat everything, but another man whose faith is weak eats only vegetables. The man who eats everything must not look down on him who does not, and the man who does not eat everything must not condemn the man who does, for God has accepted him. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To his own master, To his own master he stands or falls, and he will stand for the Lord, and he will stand, for the Lord is able to make him stand. One man considers one day more sacred than another. Another man considers every day alike. Each one should be fully convinced in his own mind. He who regards the day as special does so to the Lord. He who eats meat eats to the Lord, for he gives thanks to God. And he who abstains does so to the Lord and gives thanks to God. For none of us lives to himself alone, and none of us dies to himself alone. If we live to the Lord, and if we die to the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. Okay, so that was verse 1 and 1 through 8. Okay, chapter 14 of Romans, verses 1 through 8. Okay. And it's saying the weak and the strong, but really it's saying, where's the difference? Where's the difference, right? Oh, here I wrote on my notes, I wrote, mind your business well. Okay. Mind your business well. Okay. And basically what that means is do what you decide to do. It says here, do what you're convinced of, right? Each one should be fully convinced in his own mind. So do what do what you decide. Why are we discussing it at all? Why are we discussing if you celebrate a holiday and I don't? Why are we discussing if you do this or that and I don't? Why are we discussing if I do this or that and you don't? If I eat meat or not and you don't. Now, there is something that says, that if it offends your brother, then don't do it in front of them. Like if eating meat offends the person that eats only vegetables, then don't do it in front of them, because then you're offending them and you know it, right? And that's just being considerate, and that's acting in love, because again, this says we're doing this as unto the Lord. And so mind your business. Basically, if you're not okay with your lifestyle and what you're doing and what you have going on, change it. Change it. But just because I got the thing going on that you want happening for your life, or I'm doing the thing, or you have it going on and I don't, okay? Mind your business, right? Take care of that and make sure that you're doing what you decide to do in your own heart. It's basically just saying that we don't have room to judge the decisions that we each make. And y'all know I'm somebody that's so funny, because someone said to me the other day, we listen and we don't judge. I said, we always judge. We always judge. And I said that in reference to the fact that we always have a passing thought on something or someone. Whether we say it out loud or not, we always have a passing thought. So we do judge. We listen and we do judge. We might not say nothing about it, but we listen and we do judge. And here's the thing. The Bible said, who are you to judge? Who are you to judge? Now you can cast out that thought, you can cast out that thought if you want to, but who are you to actually sit in judgment of someone else, to condemn them for their difference? And to me, that comes off like you're not convinced of your own decision. And if you are convinced of your decision, you have to understand that you making a ruling for your life does not make you ruler over mine. And the same goes for me. Because I decide, and I just decided for myself actually recently, that I was going to return to being a part-time vegetarian. Most people didn't even get what that was. What is a part-time vegetarian? Well, that means that starting in the next couple of weeks, I'll only be eating meat 3 times a week. And that's a transition for me, right? Because I want to get to 0 times a week, right? So I'm going to do that for myself. Okay. And some people will sit there, well, what are you? Are you this? Are you that? It doesn't matter. I'm making a decision for myself. What are you doing? And I'm making that sacrifice. This is the important part, as unto the Lord. So this is about fasting too. Mind your business. The scripture may not be about fasting, but I'm making this topic about fasting as well. Okay. Because when you're minding your business and you're making the changes or convinced of things that you're doing as unto the Lord, well, fasting is done unto the Lord. Prayer is done unto the Lord. So if we're fasting and praying, then again, there's no room for judgment. There's no room for it. When you eat what you want to eat, I don't, for whatever reasons I have. That's because of my body. That's because of my commitment to God that I made, or whatever it is, right? So kill the judgment, y'all, because also when you judge others, it just how do I say this? Like I said, we listen and we do judge, right? We listen and we do judge. Voice it to your inner people. Okay. The people who know you're not a judgmental person, the people who know you might be kidding or sarcastic or whatever the hell it is. voice it to the people you trust if you have to voice it at all, okay? Because it can be misconstrued fast, okay? But condemning others is where we have no rights. Condemning others is where we have to have several seats because we are not God. And that's why I love for people to be who they are and be true to that. Because when you meet a mask of a person and then you meet the unmasked person, it's not, then you're confused and in chaos. And that's not where we want to be. That's not where we want to be. So be mindful of that. Mind your own business and mind your own business well. Be convinced of the decisions that you make. Do it as unto the Lord. Keep your prayers as unto the Lord. Whatever you sacrifice in your life, do it privately, as true fasting should be done, as unto the Lord. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say right there on that part. I'm going to stop there on that. But that was from Romans chapter 14, y'all, verses 1 through 8. Read it for yourself. You should always be reading the Bible for yourself. I see so many videos where people are prophesying or sharing words or messages from God that they received, and they're like, take my word back to the Bible, right? If you're not reading the Bible for yourself, be careful about how you living. If you're not reading the Bible for yourself, just be careful about the things that you allow to come into your life, into your heart, into your mind, because people can hold the Bible and tell you anything. Please be sure to read this for yourself, so that God can speak to you about whatever he wants to speak to you about, okay? Or give you clarity on whatever he wishes to give you clarity on. Read this book for yourself, okay? That's my PSA for today. Today is a fun day, y'all. I hope you're having fun with me. I might be a little corny, I know, but I don't care. This is who I am. I get excited about the Bible. I get excited about God. And apparently I get excited about judging others, which is funny to me. But if you want to judge me more, go visit my website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Check out my 12-book devotional series called Earthly Branches, which is a monthly devotional interactive book, guys. It is a tool to use when you're fasting and to help you focus in on applying what you're reading in the Bible. If you don't have a Bible, no worries. The scriptures are in each of those monthly devotionals. That's called Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series on my website. You can also check out any of my other books on my website as well. You can check out former interviews or podcasts that I've been featured on online magazines as well. You can also go there and, reach my YouTube channel and subscribe, okay, from there. Now, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a monthly sponsor with us. I would love to shout you out, your company, your product, your service, any of that. I would love to shout you out on our show or whatever you are promoting at the time that's in alignment, okay? That's in alignment with what we have going on here. I would love to share what you have going on with the world. So please consider becoming a sponsor. You can do that at the Live and On Air tab. And scroll down, and our sponsorship packages are there. Our sponsorship packages start at only $50 a month, y'all. $50 a month, guys, for you to sponsor an ad. And go up as far as $500 a month for you to sponsor an ad. We would love to have you here as a sponsor. Now, if you say, Tara, I love the show, I do, but I don't really have anything that needs or requires sponsorship. How can I make a donation? I'm glad you asked. Visit www.stalkyourdestiny.com/donate or click the donate tab on the website. You can donate anything from $1 to as much as whatever you like. You can do it as often as you like as well. That's www.stalkyourdestiny.com/donate or click the donate tab. Okay. And now we're going to have a word from our sponsor.
GLP-1 weight loss pill. Weight loss has never looked like this. Now you can live lighter by losing weight. People taking Wegovy pill lost over 30 pounds. and some lost over 47 pounds. The power of Wegovy, now in the palm of your hand. Weight loss with Wegovy isn't a shortcut. It's a way forward.
Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach. All your these cause blood sugar and if you experience vision changes, heart racing at rest, or any mental changes. Depressive nightmares, vomiting, and diarrhea can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Live lighter by losing weight and keeping it off. Get started for less. Ask your prescriber about Wegovy pill today.
All right, y'all. I hope you're ready for the business topic of the week. Our business topic of the week this week is invest in purpose. And we're talking about goals here. Now, if you're new here or if you missed a couple of weeks or anything like that, and sorry, I'm trying to fix this necklace I have on, but the topics recently and for the next several weeks are coming from my very first year of Tea Time with Tara. Y'all, this is my 10th year of Tea Time with Tara. We're completing the second year of this show, but this is my 10th year since starting the brand Tea Time with Tara, which was a community gathering. Okay. And so with that, in my first year, I talked about stepping into your wealth. And so everything was about investing. And so these topics are coming from that very first year. Now, the teachings are not coming from that first year, but the topics are. So investing in your purpose, talking about goals, and also the byline of the topic, like goals. We're going from A to Z in the ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny, which is one of my books on my website, along with the ABCs to Stalk Your Financial Destiny in terms of your relationship with money, how you think about it and how you utilize it. Okay. And so that's where these topics are coming from. In case you decide, okay, well, I want more of that, but she's only on once a week, you get more of it by going to get my book, ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny, ABCs to Stalk Your Financial Destiny, or you can also pick up my book, Permeate, which was the book that I published after the first year of teaching Tea Time with Tara. Okay. And so the topic today is invest in purpose. And I guess I'm going to talk about book writing too today. Invest in purpose and goals, right? Sorry, I kicked the camera. Okay. Now, this says, do your goals line up with God's destiny for you, right? Do your goals line up with God's destiny for you? And we're talking about investing in purpose, right? And so some people may not know what their purpose is, right? And I don't mean your purpose in life in terms of like being a disciple of Christ. I mean, how is God utilizing you in that? How is God utilizing you in this world, right? How are your gifts showing up in this world? So I guess that is still, do your goals line up with God's destiny for you? I guess it's still all the same, right? So with Stalk Your Destiny, y'all, with Stalk Your Destiny, which is the YouTube channel, Stalk Your Destiny, which also is the website, right? Stalk Your Destiny and Tea Time with Tara have always been married, right? But they've been separate as well. Okay. And with Stalk Your Destiny, we're talking about identity, direction, and accountability in terms of Christ, right? Your identity in Christ, where God has you in your life, where you're going, where he's taking you, and how are you going to get there based on, your relationship with God and what he's telling you to do and carry out, right? And so when it comes to investing in your purpose, sometimes you have to spend time with God to find out, or yourself, really spend time with yourself and pray in prayer, and listening, y'all, and listening. People are like, how do you hear from God? I listen. And it's hard. That's a hard practice. Okay. Listening is a hard practice, but in terms of figuring out what your purpose is, you have to take time with you. You really got to figure out what do I naturally go to? What am I naturally good at? Where do I naturally rise to the occasion or volunteer myself, right? These may be areas you're gifted in. These may be areas you're purposed to be in. How, we may not know. But the what, we may have some idea, right? And so also with Stalk Your Destiny, we believe that everything you want to become, you already are. And there is proof in that. If you go back, I used to ask my clients, the very first question I would ask is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I don't care what age you were. I wanted to know, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I had an older lady get upset with me for asking that. Like, I'm already grown. What do you mean? Well, you wouldn't need a life coach if you were already what you wanted to be when you grow up. And that's not to say that she didn't become what she wanted to be. It's saying you have more living ahead of you. You have more to do. You're still going to grow up, right? You're still going to grow. So what do you want to be when you grow up, right? And so the thing about everything you want to become, you already are, is that God puts footprints of you right in front of you. But because we don't take time with ourselves and take time with God and say, God, show me me. That should be your prayer right now. If you're looking for your purpose, God, show me me. I told y'all at the beginning, why I look happy. I look happy because I got a glimpse of me. Is that the only thing? And absolutely not. There's a bigger thing in the background too. Okay. And that's called love in the background. So, but this is about that too, right? Show me me. Show me, what do I love? Show me how I can show up in love, right? Show me how I can give love through what I do. Y'all know I'm the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership, y'all. The voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Why is that? Because I invest in my purpose. I believe that I am God's example of love in the earth. I have always believed that God was utilizing me since I was a child. Okay? And so there are pieces of you in the past of you. There are pieces of you in your childhood and in your young adult life. And I don't know how old we are tuning into this, okay? But I'm 40. So each decade has different pieces of you. And Sheila says, what is that smile due to a new love? Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you, Sheila, for calling me out live on air. Yes, it is. But also coming out of the 2-year cycle, okay, of life. That season was tough. So I don't want to take away from love, yes. But what God has done with the last 2 years of my life and starting to see the light and coming out of that, that's a very, very, very big thing for me. But the love, yeah, that's big too. She said, they call me Sheila Accountability here at the office, LOL. Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for being that and walking in your purpose, okay? And so take time, y'all, to invest in purpose and figure out, like the pieces of you, right? These pieces of you create this beautiful, bigger picture, okay? And so even me being a life coach, that was just one title. And sometimes we get attached to the one title that we can't transition to the next part of it. And y'all know I love talking about pivots. I love talking about paradigm shifts. Sheila said, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Sheila. We having it's the girlfriends conversation happening while I'm on, on the show. I love you, Sheila. Thank you so much. And I am happy too. And so the pieces of you, right? They create this larger picture. Okay. And the bigger picture is where God is taking you. So I was saying, like, sometimes we get attached to the title we have for this decade or the title we have for this time period or the things that we were connected to, right? We get so attached to those things that God can't shift it. That he can't shift it. So do your goals line up with God's destiny for you? sometimes you may be in the right, you could be at the right job for you, right? You're like, God told me to go to this job. God blessed me with this job. It was such a blessing. What if you're in the wrong position? What if you are in the wrong position at the job? What if the position you keep going for that you think should be yours, that should have been yours, was never yours in the first place because you're not equipped to handle it the way that is necessary to allow you to be blessed and the company to be blessed? We don't think about these things because to us, these things sound like rejection. To us, these things sound like, oh, so you're trying to say I don't qualify? No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm saying if you would scoot two steps to the left, then maybe you'd be right where you need to be. And maybe you'd be happy and satisfied and produce more and produce well. And that would be honored and rewarded, right? So let me think. I think it's in Think and Grow Rich. I believe it's in Think and Grow Rich, where he talks about I think it's in Think and Grow Rich. Don't quote me on that. But one of the books I've read, because I read quite a bit. One of the books I read was talking about a guy that was digging for gold, right? Digging for gold. And I think he was 3 feet away before he stopped. And the thing about it was that he didn't have the right equipment to get to where he needed, like to figure out that he was so close, right? And so with that, somebody else came in and took the reward. Somebody else had the right equipment at the right time and came in, and took that, right? And if this person had just shifted, and I know that sounds easy to say, if they had just shifted. Shifting can take a long time, okay? Shifting can take a long time to actually line up with God, through his destiny for your life, okay? I know I'm in the right arena. I'm in the right arena in terms of you have a voice and it needs to be heard, because that's what God spoke to me. You have a voice and it needs to be heard. Well, guess what? My voice has been in the monthly gatherings. My voice has been in the annual brunches. My voice has been in conferences that I've held and conferences that I've spoken at. My voice has been utilized in my books. And now my voice has been, and also in the background on radio as a producer, as a show co-host on radio, now as my own show for the last 2 years, and a morning co-host and segment on radio. Okay, so these are not avenues I asked for. These are not avenues I asked for. God said, you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Y'all, I'm somebody that never wanted to hear my voice, and I still don't like cameras. I still don't like cameras. I get up and do this because I married the message, right? I married the ministry. I married the teachings. And so you have to be willing to pivot. You have to be willing to shift, because you could be in the right market in the wrong area, right? You could have these big ideas and, oh my God, God wants me to do this, and that, right? And just be going about it the wrong way. One change. So this is why we have to be open, y'all. We have to be open to considering those around us, the people who are different from us. Being open to just hearing what they share and considering it for yourself. Sometimes that allows God to drop in his direction for you. Not saying that they're telling you what it is. I'm saying your openness to consider listening, that even if I don't do it the way you say it, something can still inspire me to do it the way God wants me to do it. Right? Something about your journey or your story, it doesn't have to be mine, but it encouraged me to take another look at my plan. Something about that. That's like how people say, think outside of the box. Okay? Think outside of the box of your own mind, of your own confinement, just enough to consider or hear what others say. Okay? In here in my notes, it says you have to be authentic, right? When you're investing in your purpose and your goals, you should not be investing in them with a mask on. You will set yourself up for failure every time, even if you succeed. Because if you succeed with a mask on, You're going to have to play pretend the rest of the time you want to do that. And who wants to do that? Now, don't get me wrong. We live in a world and day and age right now where everybody's doing it. Everybody wants to live in a pretend world, forgetting that we have to tell artificial intelligence what to do. Forgetting that when people see you in the real world, they don't see you with filters on your face. Okay? Forgetting that the AI version of you ain't you. At some point, you're going to have to be authentic with yourself about what it is you're doing and how you go about it. You have to be able to be free to be who you are, because how can God fully use you? How can he fully use you? And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that you have to be perfect for God to use you. I don't believe that at all. Not at all. We have too many examples in the Bible of God using people when they was messed up. Okay? What I'm saying is being authentic is a freedom that you have. It is a gift that you have to be yourself daily. Show up and be you. And I promise you, you have more gifts to offer as yourself than you ever do as the avatar that you made up in your own mind, as the character that you created, that you have to get up. Y'all know what I have to get up and put on? I have to get up and put on Tara M. Williams. I have to get up and put on Tara M. Williams. You know why? Because that's me. That's who I get to get up and be every day. I get to get up and be the mom, Tara M. Williams, the speaker, Tara M. Williams, the teacher, Tara M. Williams, the coach, the friend, the lover, the daughter, the sister, all the things, right? I literally get to put on me every day. So when I'm getting ready for my show, when I'm getting ready to go out, when I'm getting ready for anything, I'm putting on Tara M. Williams. I didn't create her. I became her. I became her. Okay? And when I become this elevated version of me that God is showing me now, I'm becoming her because I'm embodying all the changes. I'm invested. I'm invested in my purpose. I married the message. I married the ministry. That means that God's purpose for your life has to be bigger than your own design. It means that it has to be greater. It does. And don't get me wrong. God knows the desires of your heart. The things that you want to do will still come back around. God will put them into his plan. It's crazy just to witness that with some people. God will literally put what you want to do in his plans, the desires that, because he gives you the desires of your heart, right? But he wants you to do what he wants you to do as well. And so, we go kicking and screaming like, I want to do what I want to do. And God's like, if you would just do what I asked you to do, eventually you will do what you want to do, and it will turn out better than you would do it on your own. And it would turn out better because his timing, because God knows, right? This reminds me, y'all, that it says you are never out of alignment. That's my next note, right? You're never out of alignment. So here's the story. When I was in 6th grade, shout out to Mr. Love, one of the best teachers ever in life, in Normandy School District, okay? In 6th grade, I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. I knew that I wanted to go to an HBCU, okay? And I did go to an HBCU, but I have not become a lawyer yet. And I just never let that thing go, right? And then the plans that God has for me, write a book. What they got to do with being a lawyer? Go speak. What do they have to do with being a lawyer? Do radio. What do these things have to do with being a lawyer, God? What do these things have to do with me going back and finishing my degree? Going back and getting the master's and getting the JD? I had my plans. I had my plans, y'all. I had my plans before I think I had those plans. That was 6th grade. So that was either right before or around the time that God saved me. Okay. I had my plans. I had them. I never let them go. I never let go of the idea of being an attorney. But I thought I wanted it for a different, to study business law or entertainment law or things like that, which look at me in business, in entertainment, because it's media entertainment. Look at it. God was like, listen, I know the desires of your heart. Now I'm looking at going back to school. Now I'm looking at going back to school and finishing. Why? Because God knew the desires of my heart. He knows the desires of your heart. He knows what the little child you that he designed and molded you when he put you in your stomach, your mother's stomach and her womb, right? He knew what he put in you. So these things, these little areas of interest that you have, they matter. They matter, right? But if you would offer those interests to the Lord, if you would say, God, this is where my heart is. This is where I keep thinking about these things. I keep waking up wanting to do these things and I just don't see them happening in my life right now. Like, show me your plan, right? He may not show you right then and there, y'all. I'm saying I just turned 40 and he just brought it back around like, okay, this is it right here. 40 now. That was 6th grade. Okay. That was 6th grade. So 11 or 12-year-old, right? 11, maybe turning 12 years old. Okay. 6th grade. I'm 40 now. And I have not become an attorney yet. And God's like, listen, you're never out of alignment with me. Stay on my path, though. Submit your plans to me. Submit your ideas to me, but trust my plan and my way, y'all. Okay? So when you're investing in your purpose and your goals, yes, line them up with your faith, okay? And understand that God has not forgotten you. And understand that, yes, even if you're in a hard season of life, and that season can last a long time. I'm not out of the 2-year cycle of my life. That season, I'm not out of it. I'm coming out of it, but I'm not out of it. And it's been long as hell. And I've been transparent about that with you all for almost the last 2 years, right? It's not been easy, but it has been purposeful. I have changed lives in this time still. God has used me to change other people's lives. God has used me to encourage other people. I have been encouraged. I have been down. I've been ready to fight. I've just been all over the place, right? And God's still showing me who he is. God's still showing me who he is. So no matter what your season looks like, no matter how long the season has been going on, y'all, be encouraged that, see, the one thing is India Ari of song playing in my head. She says, the only thing constant in the world is change. She said, that's why today I take life as it comes. Okay, that's like an interlude between songs on her album. Okay, the only thing constant is change. Be mindful of that. Be open to that. Okay, that seasons literally have to change and nobody tells it to do it. We don't say, oh, okay, I want it to be this now and it changes. No, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. So trust in the Lord, work your faith, guys. Don't forget to believe in you. Don't stop believing in you. Don't give up on those dreams of old. Don't give up on them. Give up on your idea of how it would come to pass. And then let God bring it to pass in your life. It's going to be way easier. It's going to be way easier. The thing that's not easy is practicing patience and learning while you're in the process of pursuing purpose. Okay? So, our affirmations for this week are: I am doing the work necessary for the results I desire, even if I have to baby step it. I have a God-given purpose to use for his glory. I will succeed and be wealthy, happy, and healthy, and today will be a fun day. Our food for thought quote from the book Think and Grow Rich says, psychologists have correctly said that when one is ready truly for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Okay? Our devotion today was from the book of Romans, chapter 14, verses 1-8, regarding the weak and strong, about being convinced about what you're convinced about and not judging others of what they're convinced about. But make sure that you are doing it unto the Lord. Okay? Make sure you're doing it unto the Lord. And our business topic of the week this week is invest in purpose. All right, goals. And if you need support with that, again, visit my website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. You can check out my books. One of them is The ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny, The ABCs to Stalk Your Financial Destiny, The Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series, and more. Those are not my only books. There's more tools there. There are planners there, accountability tools there to help you to invest in your purpose. Also, if you want to invest in your purpose, we would love to have you become a sponsor here on the show. Visit www.stalkyourdestiny.com/the live, and it says live and on air, or hit the live and on air tab. Scroll down, look at our sponsorship packages, and decide which one works best for you. Click the become a sponsor button, or contact me directly through the website. Also, if you just would like to donate to the show, if you love what we're doing here and you just want to continue to support us and see us live every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central, then hit the donate tab, www.stalkyourdestiny.com/donate, or just click donate, and you can donate any amount you'd like, from $1 on up to whatever. You can do a one-time donation or as often as you choose. I am Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. This has been Tea Time with Tara, live and on air, where you have a voice and it needs to be heard, y'all. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm here Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central, and to head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Catch past shows, catch up on past shows, and share with others. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live or post a new short or video. Until then, y'all have an amazing day. Have a fun day. And, invest in your purpose this week. I am rooting for you. And thanks to my church family for rooting for me. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
I'm staying chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that go, but I won't lose ground, 'cause I'm still starting my destiny. I'm still starting my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, a lot you the ring, no matter the form of the weaponry. Gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace, and they put a hold on my great black ring. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm the one up on it, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So what's the lie to a child of God? Standing toe to toe, hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want my to hide. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is having, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get something about another go around bigger than it. It's so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. So speed like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm not every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would check.
I'm staying chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that go, but I won't lose ground, 'cause I'm still starting my destiny. I'm still starting my destiny.